What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Your favorite moments of the house officer?
It was so fulfilling.
It's so fulfilling. What was like your worst moment of the house officer? When did you actually like, did you have that? I really most traumatic experience of the house officer. Yes, most traumatic experience of a house officer. On this fateful day, it was supposed to be a weekend. I remember so well because it was the beginning of 2020. Actually, can't think of it, the beginning of my years have not been nice. Because the beginning of 2021, I had another traumatic experience. I'll talk about that one again. Anyway, so beginning of 2020 was in January, I think. No, it was towards the end of 2019 rather. It was in December.
Yeah.
It was I think it was
over Christmas,
Yes, I think it was 29 December or so. It was towards the ending of December. She, after reviewing her, after writing down my findings and everything, we are just doing like a quick one around the world and then we leave, for the day. And then she suddenly starts to cough. And like it was so frantic. Frantic is correct, right? But like it was so bad and she was coughing up blood. I've been with her 2 weeks and more. She had never coughed up blood. That was the first. And it kept happening. And it was like frank blood and clots. And she was looking at me like, "Doctor, help me." And I was there. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. And in the middle of it all, she just collapsed on us, and that was it. It was a code. And so CPR. And so yes, CPR started. It went. I was still in shock. I was still standing by the bedside. I was frozen for like a few minutes.
Just in case you think that nothing was done for the patient.
Other doctors were around. There were other people around. It was just me. I was frozen, and then when I snapped out of it, I had to join the CPR, chest compressions. We're breathing for her. We're suctioning. There was just blood everywhere. There was just lots of blood everywhere. But yes, she didn't make it, and I was devastated for days. Like, I still remember her face clearly. I still remember her name, like the full name, clearly. And the sad part of it, she had finally gotten the money for her chest tube and her daughter had gone to buy it. And so this lady was just walking into the ward with the chest tube, and then she looks what was going on, and I had to break the news. Breaking bad news again. I had to break the news to her. Did I break it? No, I didn't. I tried, but I didn't because I was crying the whole time. The patient's relative was consoling me practically.
It's not funny, right?
We're laughing about it now, but it was very traumatic. Like
I think that Christmas was really messed up.
It was a messed up Christmas. My descriptive abilities are really poor because like I wish I could give you like the details so that you can, like imagine it for yourself. It was a very traumatic experience for me. I think I developed PTSD somehow because after that, every time I see a suddenly breathless patient, again I go blank for a minute. Every time I see a breathless patient, it takes me back to that day.
And there are many breathless patients in that message, can you imagine?
But I'm getting better because right now I don't like freeze when I see breathless patients, but I always think about her. And then my traumatic experience too. Beginning of 2021, my surgery rotation in the district. So I work in this district where like they were always getting road traffic accidents. It was like you cannot go through a duty without an RTA. It was that bad. That fateful morning, these two bikers decided to, I don't know if they thought it was like asphalt or something, but anyways, I'm getting ready to go to church in the morning because it's January 1st and I am Christian, I'm Catholic, and we usually go to church that morning. And I get a call, I have a patient in the emergency, and I go there and I'm like, what is this? What happened? What? His waist, is it waist? I don't know, his hip was open.
Like
it was open, an open fracture, like of the pelvic rim. It was.
How did they carry him to the hospital?
I don't know. His hands were broken. His leg was broke. The only thing that wasn't broken was his skull. Like, it was. Oh God. And so I called my boss. I'm like, boss, this one, you have to come. I can't. And then my boss, I'm trying to like secure him with places at the emergency, clamping everything that is bleeding, but like everything was torn. It was a crash injury. His bone was crushed. His muscles, like, of course he didn't survive. Of course he didn't survive. He died on the operation table. As soon as my boss came, he was like, okay, let's go straight to the theater. We went straight to the theater. He was ripping him open. Like, there was no time for anesthesia. So as the anesthetist was intubating and doing other things, he was already ripping him open, trying to find the iliac artery and trying to clamp it. And he was like, he looked at me and he was like, this one, he can't do anything because the vessels were all crushed. And as we were there, the guy gasped and that was it. He took his last breath. And I was like, wow, what a way to start my 2021. But yes, I mean, there were other really traumatic experiences, like meeting like mass RTAs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There are other really traumatic experiences, but like these are like the two that really left a mark on me. I really wish I could unsee them, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is.
Being a trauma. Okay, well, apart from those ones that you meet and you know there's nothing you can do about it, like some of it also comes from the attachment to patients, because the patients that I remember sadly those ones that I had a very, like, I don't know, should I say close relationship with. When you have developed, one told me, doctor, when I go out to the hospital, I'll buy you chicken, okay? And she passed away. I always told my chicken.
We are not insensitive. I mean, like, it's not that the patient passed away, but like, it would have been nice to get chicken.
Yeah, shit. No, like, I really liked her. She was those cooperative patients. Everything you tell her she would do. I don't know. Yeah. If we start, like, this is not sadness Olympics. Let's go to the next.
So yes, those are some of the traumatic experiences. Our colleagues that are watching this, you can drop some of yours in the comment section so that we can also, sympathize with each other. Okay, so now, working in Ghana, your most frustrating experience. I think my most frustrating experience would be dealing with lab people. No offense, lab people, no offense. We love you guys, okay? You guys are vital to our work, but I mean, like, sometimes...
Vital, yes.
Sometimes it's just, like those times when you need a patient's lab results, like ASAP, and the sample is missing. Yeah, we don't like those. We don't like those. They're really frustrating, especially when the patient is like maybe like a neonate, really tiny veins, or like a really big patient that like getting the sample is difficult and sample is missing. Those can be really frustrating. But yeah, actually, most of the house job is quite frustrating. Having to wake up early, having to get to work early. Double checking everything you've done, so you don't get into trouble with your bosses or you don't make a mistake that will be fatal to the patients. And when you're going home, you're like, I didn't do this. Yes, but constantly having your mind on your patients and always thinking about what you have done or if you haven't done anything that you should do, those can be really frustrating. Like more than half of your day is stolen by thoughts about your patients, and all of that can be really crazy. Even when you're not in the hospital, it can be really frustrating.
Yeah. And especially when you're living in the hospital, even worse. Every 2 seconds.
You're cold.
Every 2 seconds.
Crazy.
There was one day it was really hilarious. I got to work 7:30 and go do my reviews. I came back around like 9 p.m. in the evening. The moment I got to my home, I got a phone call. My sister was visiting. Christina was visiting. So I opened the door. Finally, phone call. Hello, blah 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 blah. I'm going back. I was like,
Also, when you're on duty and like the emergency is like quiet, and you think, oh, okay, I can catch some sleep, but you can't sleep because you feel like they're going to call you.
Exactly.
So you're not doing anything, but you're also not sleeping.
So it's like once you're in the hospital, you can't really
do anything.
it's not. It's
It
not
had been so
pleasant.
frustrating. It made duties so frustrating.
Yeah.
But all in all,
for me, the part that makes work frustrating, I'm not going to lie, patience. We are to care for patients, not even the patients themselves, the relatives. Like, I'm a human being too. Like,
sorry.
so I feel like the professionalism shouldn't only be coming from our end, to be very honest. It should go from both ends, especially like you have your rights. I am willing to give you your rights, but don't trample on mine too.
Okay, so favorite moments as a house officer. I think what I like generally what I loved about my house job. I mean, besides the fact that the job was like, satisfying, not satisfying, fulfilling, sometimes, I think the people that I met.
That was what I was going to say. The people
that I met, my colleagues, my bosses.
Yeah.
Every single one of them have been amazing.
Personally, like, I think we were blessed with very good bosses.
I mean, even the bosses that used to be scared of a medical school.
Yeah.
How's the job?
Like, like, how someone was like, it's you. Oh, like, seriously, I think we were blessed with bosses, with very good bosses. We were blessed with very good colleagues.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like you're actually, I don't feel like, I know for a fact that the colleagues that you work with, your bosses, they can really make or break your experience. Because from my internal medicine team, shout out to Team 8. From my internal medicine team.
Team 9 starts with first, Team C or B. I forgot to know. I think it was B.
To my ONG team, to my surgery team,
ONG team,
to my pediatrics team, like they've all been amazing. I honestly wouldn't have it another way. It was stressful, but we were all in it together, and it made it really nice.
Like,
the fact that you had the fact that you had people that actually genuinely cared and had your back. The traumatic experience I spoke about, the first one. If not for my teammates, I don't know how I would have made it through it. It was a terrible experience for me, and I'm still grateful for my tearmates. They were so amazing.
Yeah. I mean, look at my experience and my boss just like she literally wrapped her arms around me. Portida, you are on board. You cannot do everything. And she comforted, like she wasn't the only one. The whole team that they realized that I was really down. Everyone took the sum of patients, like everybody just took one patient from me to review, so that they had very little to do, so I can go home early enough and then unwind, forget about everything that happened. And thankfully that day I was going on leave the very next day.
But all in all, it hasn't been a completely terrible experience. Did I love it? Not really. Will I do it again? Definitely not. Definitely not. No.
If we have to, I don't think it will come to that. But if we have to, okay. But it's not something I would do again.
Can you see me looking at you?
On my own.
No, I wouldn't want to do it
to meet up with everybody I work with there.
Well, that's the thing. If your teammates, if the people you meet are if you guys actually develop strong teamwork and a bond, it's supposed to last. Yeah. I'm still in contact with my internal medicine team. After internal medicine was my first rotation, so it's been a year plus since I finished internal medicine. We still hang out, reminiscing on old times and all of that. It's actually really therapeutic. It's very therapeutic. So yes, there you have it. This is a brief summary of how our house job went.
It was a roller coaster. Yeah. There were some really high highs
and really low lows. 2 complete years of going through a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster of emotions, of events, lots of things. It was a lot, but it's over, and we are really glad it's over. On to the next one. We don't know what the next one is. We don't know exactly what the next one is, but on to the next one. So yes, if you're currently, a house officer, I know it's really difficult. We've been there. Our bosses have been there, so they definitely understand. They may not say it, they may not act like they do, but they definitely understand.
Definitely do.
Hang in there, okay? It's going to be over before you know it.
Tell you.
So yes. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it and to subscribe, and of course share it with people, you know, around you. And yes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Next video, we are going to be giving tips on how to not die as a house officer. So please don't forget, just, you know, stay tuned, okay? It's going to drop anytime soon. So yes, see you guys in my next video. Bye.